As we continue following this breaking news at 5 o'clock, conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot, and the shooter is still not in custody. We know Kirk was speaking at an outdoor event at Utah Valley University, where he was invited by a student group.
And video shows
violence. Great.
Yeah, video shows the moment the shot rang out. Eyewitnesses describe seeing blood pouring from his neck and people screaming, running for their lives.
Everyone immediately started screaming. The security guard next to Charlie grabbed him, pulled him down. They ran back. People started fleeing.
Kirk, a polarizing political figure, and his visit had been controversial. A petition had been circulating online asking for the university to stop him from speaking. But this was the first stop on a 14-city American comeback tour.
President Trump posting moments ago, sending his sympathies to his family and saying he admired Kirk. Kirk was described as a powerful force for the Trump administration, a so-called youth influencer. He was a rising star for the party and someone the president turned to for advice.
We have several reports tonight, starting with Eyewitness News reporter Dan Krauth in the newsroom with more on this search for the shooter that continues at this hour. Dan.
Mike, on today, right now, police and the FBI are on the ground searching for the gunman in Utah who is still unaccounted for. The person was just about 200 yards away at the time of the shooting. Charlie Kirk was considered an extended member of President Trump's family and continuously praised for getting young people to vote in the 2024 election. It was the first stop on Charlie Kirk's fall speaking tour called the American Comeback Tour at Utah Valley University. He was answering a question about gun violence when a gunman fired a single shot from the crowd. We stopped the video before the shot was fired.
As soon as he was hit, he fell backwards, went to the side. The audience went to their knees.
I saw all the crowd running as fast as they could, and I was worried about people trampling each other. And I saw two college-age girls, one was having a panic attack.
Kirk founded Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization, and has millions of followers on social media. His speaking engagements at campuses have been tense before, sparking protests and counter-protests, but nothing like this. It was an open-air event today that was not limited to just students, something former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce says was a big problem.
Is it open to outside people? And that's something you can't control. Secondly, going back to the outside venue, and a controversial person speaking in any way, with any kind of petition, any outside threats, we don't know right now. You really can't have it outside. You have to have a door to control.
Congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle are condemning political violence and calling for prayers. The governor of Utah, where the event took place, saying those responsible will be held fully accountable. Violence has no place in our public life. There was a moment of silence held for Kirk on the House floor in D.C. just about 5 minutes ago. What happened here today will no doubt change the way outdoor events are held moving forward, and we'll continue to follow what happens. Reporting live in the newsroom, Dan Krauth, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Dan, thank you. You could hear the gasp on the House floor when the announcement came that he had died. Well, at only age 31, Charlie Kirk became a powerful source for the Trump administration, someone who is trusted by many in Trump's inner circle.
In fact, Charlie Kirk was somebody who pushed for J.D. Vance to be selected as the president's running mate and ultimate vice president. So how did he rise to such prominence at such a young age?
Lindsay Tuchman picks up that part of our coverage. Lindsay?
Yeah, he really did have a great deal of influence, and it's just horrifying news. Charlie Kirk was a conservative firebrand, and while not in the government, he had become a confidant of President Trump. And despite his polarizing opinions, there was quick bipartisan prayer for Charlie Kirk today.
Charlie Kirk, the well-known right-wing commentator and co-founder of Turning Point USA, a nonprofit that advocates for conservatism on high school and college campuses. The 31-year-old originally from the Chicago suburbs and became involved with politics at an early age. A father and one of the MAGA movement's most influential voices. He is known for his strong opinions on controversial topics, which he shares to his more than 5 million followers on X, as well as his podcast and YouTube channel, The Charlie Kirk Show.
The Democrat Party is the party of crime.
Kirk has been an avid supporter of Donald Trump and his presidency, getting involved with events supporting his candidacy early on and becoming friends with the Trump family and the White House inner circle. Ahead of the 2024 election, he worked to bring young people out to vote. Trump was seen publicly with Kirk on stage at Turning Point USA's America Fest last December after his election win. Trump calling him there a, quote, amazing guy. Here's ABC News' John Santucci.
That this is a guy that was entering center stage for young conservatives, really pulling them into the party, right? The GOP that was the grand old party, Kirk was really injecting youth into this party.
Just yesterday, Kirk was a guest on Fox News, sharing his thoughts on violence in America and the role he believes the media plays in it.
Bad policing practices, consent decrees, opening up the prisons. As you say, $3.3 million is an outgrowth of a media narrative lie. So it's not just an innocent media narrative lie. Real policies get put into place when you don't challenge this nonsense in the public square.
And again, today's event was part of Kirk's American Comeback Tour, where he was visiting university campuses across the country to speak and debate on political talking points. And guys, he was known for his debates. He shared them on social media, where he went one-on-one with other students, young people, experts, and activists. And they were controversial topics such as LGBTQ rights, immigration, gun rights, but really he was known for welcoming that kind of open dialogue and open debate and conversation.
You wanted to hear that opposing view and engage voters. Okay, Lindsay, thank you so much. Well, a short time ago, we heard from House Speaker Mike Johnson, who led a moment of silence in Congress.
I'm just going to state the obvious here. This is detestable, what's happened. Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are. It violates the core principles of our country, our Judeo-Christian heritage, our civil society, our American way of life, and it must stop. We need every political figure, we need everyone who has a platform to say this loudly and clearly. We can settle disagreements and disputes in a civil manner, and political violence must be called out, and it has to stop. Again, we ask for prayer. I'm going to go lead the chamber here in a moment of silence.
We heard the House Speaker there talking about political violence. We've heard people on both sides of the aisle talking about this today. And according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the number of politically motivated attacks and plots against governmental officials and figures in just the past 5 years is more than those of triple in the previous 25 years combined. And that includes 2 different attempts on President Trump's life during last year's campaign. Earlier this year, somebody firebombed the home of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. And back in June, a suspect impersonating a police officer killed a prominent Minnesota state legislator and wounded another in separate shootings at their homes.
This moment where neither the left nor the right is being spared in terms of being the targets of this politically motivated violence is one that has the complete attention of law enforcement officials and state and local law enforcement officials, federal as well. And the question is what to do about it. We are now hearing from people saying that we're going to have to reassess outdoor events involving controversial figures, political figures.
And again, so many questions following the deadly shooting of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. Right now, no suspect is in custody. And sources tell ABC News this is a, quote, dangerous situation with at least one gunman still on the loose. President Trump said Kirk was loved and admired by all. As soon as we learn any new details in this investigation, and as we heard from both national and local officials, we will let you know. And we will have another update at 5:30. And in ABC News, we'll have complete coverage beginning at 6:30 on World News Tonight.